We are live. Hello, everyone. I'm Bobbi Rowntree, born medium, and this is my friend. You want to introduce yourself, Sue?
Hi, yeah, I'm Sue of Love Elemental, a trance channel of the United Souls of Heaven and Earth. Delighted to be here.
Yes, today is a good day. It's March 1st. It's a good time to be here.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Now, it's interesting because immediately I'm okay. Now, Sue is a channel. So, and it's well, and you know what? Deja vu. I said this the last time we all met. People call me a channel, but I am not a channel like Sue. I am a medium. I guess you could say I channel information, which I do, but it's not channeling like the way you channel. That is so different than what I do. Agreed?
Agreed. I think it's pretty, we all have our unique styles, which makes this fascinating, doesn't it? But yeah, the type of channeling I do is I enter into a trance-like state that I have practiced. I can't even tens of thousands of times now, I suppose. And so I've trained all parts of me to step aside and allow uh, a, a collective, they call themselves, of light of over 2,500 individuated essences that come together. Their voice changes. It's sort of like an auditorium, and one will take the microphone, right, and talk. And I step aside completely, and they use my body as vessel to speak and to gesture and to right. And so my eyes are closed and I'm stepped aside, and that's how I do that.
Okay,
So
now I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask this for the audience sake. Do you remember or recall anything when you channel?
I don't. Now I say that I don't, but today, for example, we had an instance where I was in channel. And I knew going into that particular question, I sort of knew what we were asking. I knew that it was a big question. When I came out of trance, the emotion was very, very real. And I had tears and I sort of was like, what happened? But it felt, I could feel the feeling that came through as a result of the channel, but I didn't know what happened,
Interesting.
right? So I don't remember the details. I'm always say that I'm the one that's left out of the party, right? Like I don't get invited to all the juicy details, but that's fine. I step aside, and yeah, I just go in. I don't know where I go. It's sometimes it's harder, not really, but it's sometimes I'm not as eager, let's say, to come out of that state as others. Sometimes I sort of feel at the end I pop out. And today, for example, I sort of felt like I really wanted to stay in that energy. It was beautiful, it was immersive, and I just was like, oh, okay, just one, it's like one more minute in the sleep realm before you have to get up for the alarm clock, right?
Yeah, yeah, I totally get that. And I honestly, because I'm completely conscious when I'm doing my work, I do forget everything at the same time as well. But what they compared it to in my brain when you were talking about the kind of signature that stays with you and you want to stay in that a little bit, I
Yeah,
I believe that
yeah.
is was as much for the client as it was for you. Because the client needed to stay in that
Yes.
information. And when we're working, yeah, we're just the thing.
So true. We're just the vehicle, we're just the vessel, the
Yeah,
conduit,
the
what have you.
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
the cord.
Blower is what I
Exactly.
just heard.
The blower.
Because some people call the telephone the blower. I
The
maybe
blower.
I didn't close off the last dead people I was just talking because that sounds a lot like one of the men that was in my head, actually, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. I've never done that before. I usually will finish, then I have a half hour to break. This we walked out the door, boom, we
Right.
were on. It was yeah, so it's wild and crazy. Hello, Lynn.
So you got
Yes,
everybody
everything is woo,
here.
woo, 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 woo. So about yeah, I'm feeling ungrounded, but I know I'm as grounded as I possibly can be because I'm feeling this. Isn't that the funniest thing? It's like you're the helium balloon with the
Yes.
bag of
Yeah.
sand at your feet.
Exactly. Exactly. That's
It
exactly what
really
it
does.
feels
It's a
like.
wonderful feeling, but a
It
disconcerting
does.
feeling all at the same time. Okie dokie. Now, speaking of which, okay, so when you come out of that and you know that your body is actually responding to what's going on, even though your mind is not present, which that's so awesome. because the body, mind, and spirit are completely separate, but all together connected, just like we are separate, but we're connected. I love that. I think that is
Absolutely.
the neatest thing. That just shows how much the body retains what the mind is missing. Do you continue to feel that in your body?
Yes, overall, often I will have to sort of snap back, if you will, and tend to something very physical, right? Something needs my attention right away. But the overarching feeling of connection with the guides it's always there. It's ever present now. Much probably like, you've got all of these different beings around you all of the time, right? And so there's an always presence. What it requires though is that I have to stop the 3D hurried mind sufficiently to connect in, and it's on a breath now. Before it took some time, right? But yeah, it's sort of always there.
Okie dokie. It was really cool when you said you have to stop the 3D mind. Your voice continued, but your image stopped. That was really neat on Mosquito that they did that. That was super cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna say hello and acknowledge some folks. Hello, Linda.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Right one, Kennedy 500. Oh, I see. Linda's asking about a dream house. And we're gonna answer questions, but later. First, we're just gonna chat a little bit, but we need Sue to get out. Sue,
Need to get out of
so
the
we're not
way.
going to kick Sue out yet. We'll kick you out when you're ready to be kicked out. But we're going to ask you a couple questions. But yes, okie dokie, and then we'll look at questions and such. And honestly, even questions that we do not address specifically. Listen in, because I do believe, from what I'm hearing in my head, the us will be answering questions, maybe even questions you have not asked, but you have in your head. That's how I was just going to say how creepy they are, but I don't. They
It's true,
are.
right?
They are, like, ever since I met you, I actually want to say I can feel those buggers all the time. What I want to say, but that's just the way I speak. But I can feel them, and when I know that I'm going to be meeting with you, and I don't know if it's my conscious mind that's putting it in, or if it's my subconscious mind that's putting it in. My conscious mind is noticing it. I do notice I go up a little bit higher in my meditation before we meet. I go to a little bit because I
Okay.
go to a
Yeah,
certain amount based on readings.
that would make
So
sense.
when I'm going to meet with you, it goes a
Yeah.
little bit higher than that, which thank you for that connection, that higher thing. So
You are most welcome. Thank you, guides. Thank you, us. Yeah, no, that makes sense, because they've taught us, and what we teach is that we have to move what they call up the ladder of light. They might speak of that today. And for a long time, when they talked about that, or did automatic writing and went back and reflected on it, I thought they were talking about I thought it was either a metaphor for a ladder to heaven, like you go up the ladder of light towards heaven. But we have come to realize through their teachings that they're talking about activating your DNA, strands of your DNA. So it makes sense that you would go up it's not hierarchical. I think we talked about this last time we got together. It's not hierarchical. It's like more like expansive bands around a tree, right? Rings around a tree. So yeah, you're like connecting
yeah,
in a
and
different
actually,
level.
yeah, because you're expanding your horizons in your mind. And I don't know if we used the example back then, but I have it in my head, the grade 8 to grade 12. That a grade 8 isn't
Okay.
stupider than a grade 12. They're just ignorant to what the grade 12 has already learned because they've been in high school 4 years longer. So it's not
Right.
that it's
Yes.
just it's experience, what you've seen and things
Yeah.
like that. And they can't place things in our mind. Quite unfortunately, we have to do that. So yeah. Yeah.
We
Okay, I'm gonna say hi to more people. Okie dokie. So because I started and then I stopped and then I started. Hello.
Maybe you do that. I'm gonna pause for a second. I need to turn lights on because I realize in a moment I'm gonna be in the dark because I'm in a
Oh,
different
okay.
time zone. So give me a minute. You say hello. Okay.
Yes, Sue is in Ontario. Okie dokie. So, hello, Alicia. Hello, Laura Lee. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Linda again. And yes, we will be getting to the questions and such. We just have to have Sue go into her channeling mind, or let go of her mind and go into her channel. Which one would you say? Let go of your mind and move into your channel? Hello, Pamela.
Yeah, I would say probably you know what I would say? It's almost like, yeah, let go of my focus for sure into like my, focus, like physical focus of orienting yourself in time and space and sort of going beyond
Okay,
that.
yeah, okay. All right. So you will let us
Yeah.
know when you are ready to do this.
Okay, I'll take a drink. And then, so
Okay.
what we're going to do mm, is we're going to do, this is my protocol to connect into the United Souls of Heaven and Earth. Done this for years and years, and anybody that has worked with me knows that this is sort of the protocol. And what it is like we call it opening our portals. And what that simply means is that we are connecting our intention here, that we are connecting into the United Souls. These are a guide group that I'm familiar with. So I'm going to go, we'll do it together. I'm going to go, I'll say it. You can follow along. If you want to put your hands on your heart, everybody's welcome to do that. It's not mandatory. But what we're doing is we're going to invite them in, and then I will let them speak to everybody. And you'll notice a difference in the tone and the cadence, how my voice, how I sound, because it'll be their voice. So, okay. Okay. Dearly beloved, I am presence. Please project and establish your protective pillar of white light, Leoesh, in, through, and around me, and please keep me from anything that is not of the light. I ask that portals be open for the express purpose of establishing the highest rapport between myself and my highest white light guides, including Merlin, Mimi, Michael, Seth, Abraham, Paya, Cryon, Saint Germain, Angela, Orin, Dobbin, Yogananda, Vilamus, the Lost Boys and Girls, the Kings and Monarchs, Albert and the Council, the Student Body, and us, the Great White Brotherhood, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Haniel, Archangel Raguel, Archangel Razuel, Ramtha, Rhonda, Dactonal, the benevolent light beings from Romulus, the Syrian Blue-White Council, the Lemurians, the Arcturians, beloved goddess Athena, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, beloved Lady Kuan Yin, Orinoco, Wanda, Volans, Gadzooks, the League of Giant Medicine Men, the Hierarchical Chambers, the Grandmothers, Jesus Christ, Mary and Demetrius, the Psychological Compendium of Master Hilarion, Jeremiah the Goliath, and the Hathors. I ask that these portals be protected and that I establish the highest rapport between myself and my highest white light guides, including Merlin, Mimi, Michael, Seth, Abraham, Paya, Cryon, Saint Germain, Angela, Orin, Dobbin, Yogananda, Vilamus, the Lost Boys and Girls, the Kings and Monarchs, Albert and the Council, the Student Body, and us, the Great White Brotherhood, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Haniel, Archangel Raguel, Archangel Razuel, Ramtha, Rhonda, Dactonal, the benevolent light beings from Romulus, the Syrian Blue-White Council, the Lemurians, the Arcturians, beloved goddess Athena, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, beloved Lady Kuan Yin, Orinoco, Wanda, Valans, Gadzooks, the League of Giant Medicine Men, the Hierarchical Chambers of Grandmothers, Jesus Christ, Mary and Demetrius, the Psychological Compendium of Master Hilarion, Jeremiah the Goliath, and the Hathors without interruption. I call upon the Elohim of the White Ray to pour forth thy full crystalline from the source. I call upon the Elohim of the White Ray to activate the crystal templates of my body. I call upon the Elohim of the White Ray that I may be fulfilled. I call upon the Elohim of the White Ray to fill me with the light and the love of God. Kodosh, Kodosh, Kodosh. Adoni Titzbeoth, Adoni Titzbeoth, Adoni Titzbeoth. We are here. We are here. We are here. We are here. Beloved friends of us, welcome, one and all, and good day to each and everyone who has come together to grab a piece, a slice of this divine pie that we have baked up for everyone. There is plenty of room in this kitchen, and there can be not ever too many cooks. We welcome each of you to pour forth your own kinds of ingredients into this collective pot of love. Welcome. It is us. We are here. We have come once more to shine our collective light upon, across, onto, into each one's of yous. Some of you are known to us, and others yet seemingly brand new. But none is new, for none of this is new to you, old friends, old souls of us. You are a great and grand group of friends from lifetimes gone by. Everyone has had their hat to their hearts and their hands together by times to the sky. And here you sit, approximate distances from one another in time and space, and yet you come together again in heart in this sweet, sweet-hearted place. We like to bring you all of the love that we have to share, and it is grand and it is big, friends. It is everlasting, it is unending, it is infinite, and it is you, and you are us. And together we shine more light than ever we have. We are on the leading edge right now, right now, right now. Isn't that grand, old friends? To come together at a time like this, when it seems as though all of the crossroads are beginning to intersect with factions, with the fields of chaos. Your eyes are asked to look this way and that. Across the miles you stare into vacant spots that seem without love and seem without any care towards one another. The rift grows broad, the swath even bigger still. And yet, here we are with attentions turned to a place that is sweet and still and filled with love and the greatest kind of graces that we could share. And take a breath together, friends, and breathe love into your air. The spaces you occupy are the best spaces of all, for they are the spaces of each of yous. There is no other space than the space of you, no matter who see you to be. Look in the mirror, we say, old friends. We remind your minds to find a way to look to the light in those eyes. And once you do, you will not ever again forget the you of you. Brilliant, magnificent. You are all unique emanations of the all that is all. And no one, not one of you, not anyone at all, will be left behind. Not one. You are all coming along on this magic hobbit ride, for we are here, are we not? We've come together, old friends, from far and wide. We have bridged great gaps and rifts. We have cast aside those that we have cast aside, and we have brought them back together again. There are no rips or tears or tears in this tapestry. Oh no, old friends. We weave onto each and onto all the golden light of us. If it be your will, old friends of us, we will forevermore be a part of this dynamic expression, experience with, onto, for you, bridging all of the lack gaps with the reminder that you are love. Love is the creative force
of all things. And you are born of that, no matter what you have come to believe in all of your less than isms, those that have been placed upon and those that you have collected up. Dump each one out of your bags. Look no more into the deep, desperate times that have caused you to call you you. It is not who you are. Not at all, old friends, although it might be a little itty-bitty part. There is so much more to each one's of yous. And stay right now. This is where we will start. In this soup of love, we will share and shine, and we will rise each other once more. Up, 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 our own ladders of light. It is time, old friends, to be reminded of your might, of your light, and of our unending, unwavering, infinite love for you. We are going to take a moment or two, and we are going to allow each of you, if it be your will, to sit in this sweet soup of appreciation. We promise you, friends, if you wish to take us as tag-alongs, we will walk across the wide open miles, and we will see to it that you are drawn by your own smiles towards your own brightest horizon lines. We love you, sweet friends of us. We love you, we love you, we love you. We are here, and we are forevermore a part of this picture of yous. Lovingly loving is us. Good day.
I'm back.
The light in the room changed when you came back. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but the light in the room changed when you came back. It was wild, actually. What caused it, but if it was them, if it was you coming back, because yeah, honestly, I just heard in my head. You think it'd be the other way around?
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so do you remember anything that they said?
No. It's like coming out of a sleep, a deep sleep. That's what it's like. It takes me a minute to sort of get my wits about me, and it's like, yeah, coming out of a really deep sleep. My son does hypnosis, and I've spoken of this before because it's one of the closest things. It's probably closer than sleep even. When you come out of that's sort of in between. When you come out of like a hypnotic state, he'll lead you through a hypnotic state, a hypnotic experience. And when you come out, although there's a sense of being refreshed, there's a deep peace, right? It's sort of like you're just like reintegrating into your environment.
Oh, which is what
Yeah.
you do when you wake up, because when you wake up, but the
Yeah.
weirdest thing is when you wake up somewhere you did not expect to be. It takes you a
Right.
second to
Yeah.
go, okay, what is happening? You have to revert.
Yeah.
So that would, to my mind, yeah. Those times I woke up and I had
Yeah.
gone to sleep intoxicated. So I wake up.
You're like, where
Those
am
things
I?
are long past, but they did happen, and I can't be ashamed of the past because brought me to where we are now.
Exactly.
What the us talked about a lot is something that is very much at the forefront and prevalence of my mind, and they alluded to it, but I don't know if they today, which they do talk like that though. They say today is a great day, and because you guys are here and such, but to me today is actually quite the day because it's March 1st, and I know it's not just because they've been telling me get ready for March for a year now. So
Yeah. Right.
that is something that they kind of talked about a little bit. And yeah, it's so so how do you get the information that you have channeled through you?
How do I get access to that information?
Yeah, how do you, or do you retain it on the soul level and therefore you walk throughout your life with that knowledge but not at the forefront?
I don't know. That's a wonderful question. I do know that there are more times. I was speaking with a friend last night on the telephone, and she said, "Wow, Sue, I can tell where you drop out and the us comes in." Like, even just in a telephone conversation. So it's, I'm obviously blipping in and out of channel more than just going into trance. Trance is just one part of it.
Yeah.
But I have to go back and listen, or, read the transcripts, or I have to listen to the recording in order to consciously be aware of what the message is. And a lot of times the messages are pretty clear instructions about what we need to do in our own evolution and self-actualizing, right? So it's like a recipe they'll give you. So it's important to listen to those messages that
They say
come
the
through.
little
So
nuances. Yeah.
right.
Even
Yeah.
when before we started, they were saying in my head, everybody actually listen, because even though they don't say, "Hey, Carrie, I'm saying this to you," and yes, I picked you, Carrie, because you're at the bottom of my list there, that you could actually pick it out by the thing that's going on in your head. All of a sudden, the us talk about it, because that's entirely what just happened for me. Because for myself, I have been grappling with this idea of 2025 for a year now, and thinking that I am
Okay.
ringing a bell that only crazy people would ring. And because in history, only the crazy people rang the bells. Sorry, Oliver.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, it was a lovely confirmation for me at that same time. But at the same, yeah, and they did tell us what we need to do, but I guess that is what we need to do. We need to start moving into our true authentic selves, start honoring ourselves in a better way. And I don't honestly even know precisely if that is what they said, but that is what my brain is pulling out. Would that make sense?
It would make sense. And I think what we do know about, of course, I don't remember the message, but what I do know after thousands of them is that they speak in
Yeah.
layers, they speak in vibration, and you're going to resonate with the message at where you're at. Right. So and that's what makes it it's amazing, because we can have 10 people, we can have 10,000 people on the call. It wouldn't matter. There's going to be a resonance in the vibration of some level of that message that is going to, the whole idea is here's what they say. This is a very recent conversation we had, because I was, there was some reference that the messages from the us are really long. They're not really to the point. So I had a conversation with them, and I said, what gives here? People, they want short to the point. And they said, well, when you are engaging with somebody, if it's a yes or no, it's minimal engagement. But when you're having a conversation with somebody and there's a reciprocity, there needs to be a broadened engagement. That's what they are doing when they go do these sort of long, whatever they're talking about. The point is that they are, in essence, rising our individual vibration through
Speech.
what they're telling us, through the speech, so that we get in vibrational proximity to the answer that we seek. It's not about giving an answer per se. It's about them bringing us all up, so that it doesn't need to be your question and this question and this question and this question. It's like, okay, let's bring everybody's vibration up, so you're in the neighborhood of the solution. And then when we're in alignment, when we're in vibrational alignment, the guides tell us that the solution comes before the problem. That's the place we want to be, right? Vibrationally. Right. Then there's no problem, is there?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because we can get complacent. We don't even know there's a trouble until we find out there's a trouble. It's kind of like the Buddhist idea. You do not know that you are lacking or suffering until you see something else that makes you feel that you're lacking or suffering. You just think this is, yeah.
Right.
Okie dokie. Now also, okay. So interesting. Yeah, exactly. Does anyone else ever come through?
Come through with through the United
Or
Souls?
instead of them?
Well, no. So here's this is my own personal arrangement that in order for my own, many years ago, when I started into this whole exploration of all things metaphysical, and I really, really, really wanted to be a channel, and I really wanted to channel like Esther Hicks. Like that was it. That's all I wanted, right? So love Esther. And so I obviously, like, I was really, I wrote 1,000 different intentions and all of these things. So I was really clear that that's sort of what I wanted. And then I was actually, it's funny, I was nervous of the idea of mediumship for whatever reason. All of the old programs, right? Like, brought up, dad was Roman Catholic, had a Ouija board in the house. He found out it was not a good situation. So all of those old programs lent itself to me being like, I don't want to do that. So that was all part of the programming. But anyways, so I'm really clear with the us that if they want to bring anybody else through, they basically are the escorts. So yes, I have had other like mediumship experiences where I will listen back or somebody will say, well, this person came through or whatever, but they always sort of piggyback with the United Souls.
Okay, that makes sense because they are your, yeah, okie dokie. Yeah, because my spirit guides actually help to facilitate my mediumship. So that makes sense to me because to me, they are kind of the guardians of my psychic ability on the other side. They make sure nothing gets all wackadooed up there. And they help to connect me with things. So yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. Absolutely. Okie dokie. Now, a lot of people have actually, we should go through and I can say hello to people. We've been chatting like they're not here, and I'm sorry, folks. Okie dokie. I think I said hello to Alicia, and I know I said hello to Linda, but I'm going to do it again. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Laura Lee. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, Pamela. Hello, Verna. Hello, Shelly. Hello, Kirsten. Kirsten, right? Not Kirsten. Kirsten. Yep, you betcha. Hello, James. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Amanda. Hello, Debbie again. Amanda. Carrie. Hello, Carrie. You're new. Okie dokie. And hello, Lori. Okie dokie. Now, a lot of people have asked us questions. Interesting. Do you ever answer questions as you?
Without being in trance?
Oh,
yeah, I do. Because I get, I can get intuitive hits or get the sense or whatever. So that happens probably more and more. I don't know if you, because I know you're like the born medium, right? So this is been your ever loving, everlasting life experience, a little bit different for me, right? So I don't know. Do you notice that your, let's call it psychic abilities, do you notice that they are ever growing and shifting
constantly
and changing?
And actually what I see with you is that because you've channeled so much, it has created a hole that is growing and expanding in your head, like to the point where you will be able to convene with them while they are convening with you. I actually think that the reason why they have to kick you out of the room is so that you won't try to rationalize things with your mind.
That makes
perfect sense. Because you would change the message. And it's not because you don't know, it's actually just because you don't know that you know that you know that you know.
I wonder if I knew that.
You probably did know. I actually often wonder too, if because there is no time, when I know something that I know a client knows, I might be actually from the point in time where they knew it.
Future.
But then I'm coming back to tell them because there is no past, present, or future. That one just makes my whole head go because it's crazy. The time thing. I know it exists, but it's just sorry, I'm gonna have to die to figure that one completely out.
we should do a show one day and just bring in big thoughts, like, and just the biggest, the ones that sort of make you just like, you almost like a deer in
Oh,
headlights. We should just have a big
we
thought
really,
hour.
really should. I actually went to Norseman, which is a television show on Netflix. It's out of Norway, where one of the characters said, "What are you thinking?" They said, "I'm having big thoughts." Oh yeah, well, like thoughts about mountains. They're big. That's where I went, to the mountains, which is kind of funny because the mountain is the spirituality in my head. Anyway, that's a great idea because there's so many that are just these huge concepts that are just so hard for us humans to actually get our little brains around because the mind is so
Right.
limited. And I think that's why they have to
Absolutely.
get Sue to skedaddle to make everything flow, because Sue still has a mind. And that's the thing with the dead. I actually think that that's part of the thing with your mediumship. I don't think that you were not that the dead are lower level or anything like that, because I deal with the dead daily. Actually, there's a couple here right now. But it's more that they are still mind intact. I was just telling a client, I don't go to them for advice because you're going to get an opinion that is much more enlightened,
Right.
yes, because they're on the other side, but their personal pattern is going to be part of what they tell you. Because
Right.
even when you come to me for a reading, my personal pattern is going to get in the way just ever so slightly. And I will let you know when it does, but you're getting the message through us. So that's why, yeah, there are times when I actually wish I could channel like that, which maybe I can, but honestly, I think I'd be too nervous too, because I don't know if I'd come back. I think
Well, you know, people have said that, right? They're nervous it's a big step in surrender. Right? It's a big step in surrender because you don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Every time I go in, I really don't know. Like, what, you know, I used to think, well, what happens if I go in and the guide says something preposterous? You know what I mean? And I'm ruined.
I can guarantee they're going to say preposterous.
But anyway.
Okay.
So, but you know, but I'm sure you could. I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can channel
Well,
this way.
we'll see. We'll
see.
see. Maybe you should teach it. Do you teach it?
Well, yeah, yes, we do teach it. We teach it. We allow the United
Okay,
Souls to
that's what
teach
I
it,
figured.
actually.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, they
wow.
teach it.
Okay. And so you must get exhausted though, right? Like, because you know something's happened, but something hasn't happened. But
Yeah, yes. So when I first began channeling like this, because it didn't begin like this, I did automatic writing. I did tarot cards. You know, I've broadened and
yeah.
expanded. But I was exhausted, and I had to be really mindful because I dipped into bouts of like prolonged sickness, right? Because it was, you know, that whole archetypal story of you're shedding old patterns and you're lightening up and you're have all the resistance, so you're going into cycles of sickness. So I did that. Now mostly it's invigorating, but yeah, if I were channeling all day, I would be like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not
Puddle
cooking
on the
supper
floor.
today.
That's
Yeah. Mama's going to rest now.
It's just so easy to overuse it because we live in a society that says you need to work 24/7, 7 days a week, my friend, or else you're useless. We live in
Yeah.
that kind of world right now. So yeah, and that's not the way it is. You, we can only
No.
honestly, yeah,
No.
your protector Heidi's going to come on like at some point and say, "Nope, Sue's had enough. We're going."
We're done.
What you get. So okay. Now I'm going to look at a couple questions. And yeah, whatever happens to you happens to you. I love you. Whatever happens to you happens to you. Okie dokie. Now, Heidi.
Okay, everyone, let's start. Okay, awesome. I do have one question, please. I found our dream home. It is it the right one? 5501 Kennedy Road, 100 Mile. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I get a check mark. Do you get anything at all, Sue?
Well, the first thing I get so 551. Immediately I'm like numbers. And I'm not really a numbers person, but So you get 551, which is a 10, which is a 1, 01, which is a 1, 100-mile road. So you have 3 ones and then 3 thank yous. I was like, that's alignment.
Ever. Oh my gosh, Linda, 101. Sorry.
Yeah, 101, 100. It's like some kind of like if somebody knew Morse code or whatever, that might be like, this is the house. But no, I feel alignment with
believe
that for sure.
101, and then Linda knows precisely what I mean. Yes, we didn't even. Yeah, I knew the numbers were a significance, but yeah, it was something like that, especially because I know too much here. I have to go with boom, the immediate thing, because when I know
Okay,
too
yeah,
much, then I
yes.
start to try to make it for the other person, which is that's dumb. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Dumb is the wrong
yeah.
word. That is foolish. That is foolhardy. That is ego. That is ego. Sorry. Yes, you're right. That's ego. That's wanting to be right. Yeah. Sorry. I went through quite a thing there. Oh, yeah,
We're
because
all
I will
around.
say something, and then I'll hear something, and then I'll know that, oh, I shouldn't have said it like that. I should have said it like this. And then I end up looking like I'm cuckoo. Well,
I also want to say to Linda that it jumps off the screen that this is your dream home. And if this is truly your dream home, then grab it, right? If this is the culmination of your dreams and this is what you've asked for, this is what you want, then you know, this is my home. This is like ownership, right? Like go into the quantum and be like, I declare this is mine, envision it, feel it, love it, feel the sun coming in the windows. I always say like whether it's a coffee or a tea in the morning, what it would be like to like come out of your bedroom and go make a cup of coffee in that new dream home. What does that smell like, feel like? What does the morning sun look like? All of that. And you don't have to spend a lot of time in that space of, it's imagination, but it's with feeling and depth. So it's you move into,
yeah,
yeah,
and
it
like further
is.
to the dream idea, when you put that in there, like subconscious mind, conscious mind. In our dreams, our
Yeah.
subconscious mind will tell us what's actually going on. And the fact that you put dream home, yeah, to be your subconscious
Right.
home. And the whole number thing is, yeah, I don't even know if Linda may have mentioned that at the bottom, but mention it, Linda, so I don't have to mention it for you. So yeah, well done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Now, Elizabeth. Heidi.
So Elizabeth says, "Hi guys, blessings all. Yes, went through a traumatizing event and had a weird experience. Hole opened in the middle and something released. Empty hole, then I sat in shock and now getting tingles in my neck and spine ever since. Connecting the dots."
Oh,
That's
wow.
what Elizabeth.
Deprogramming
So
is
connecting the dots each day. So much peace now.
Beautiful.
yeah, so much. Yeah, it's like a defragmenting. And that hole will
Yeah.
be filled. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
almost up to you to fill it with what you want in there rather than what was already put in there without your permission. So, yeah, this is awesome. Yeah. I'm sorry that had to be traumatizing, but it has to be sometimes. It's always darkest before the dawn, and sometimes they bonk you in the head just to get, yeah, they broke my tailbone twice. Not once, but twice, because I would not listen. So, yeah, they will do stuff to you. They don't care if they put you through physical pain, in my opinion, or a traumatizing event, because there's nothing you can't handle. Yeah. Sue?
So true. Yeah. Again, my heart goes to you for having to go through the trauma, but you're right, Bobbi. I feel the same way. We're put through such incredible trials, but only if we have the strength to move through. And you obviously did and do, and hats off. But I felt the first thing I wanted to say is nature abhors a vacuum. So get filling that space with love, 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 love yourself. Love yourself, fill it with just appreciation. The guides say that all you need to do is put your hands on your heart and appreciate something, and you've changed your vibration in a favorable way, right? So yeah, it feels like just that those old hooks, like it's almost like just really getting that root out.
Yeah, I would
So
agree. Yeah, and they
yeah.
keep saying programming. And with the filling, I actually saw citrus fruits, which is always a symbol to me for healthy foods. So it doesn't have to be it's
Yeah,
healthy
okay.
food, but it's healthier things going into you because food nourishes us, but it's the idea actually that is nourishing more, in my opinion. From what I hear,
Yeah.
I should put it that way. Because it's the group's opinion over here. So okie dokie. Now, Verna's got a question too, and this is interesting.
So Verna says, "Hi, Bobbi and Sue. I have a question. Doing mediumship, is it possible to lose a clair from being burnt out and having a hard time for loved ones to come through? I hope that makes sense."
Yeah. Now, is it your own loved ones or loved ones for other people? And my sense is that it's loved ones for other people. Do you think the same thing, Sue?
Yeah, like other people's loved ones and not Verna's
Yeah.
loved
Yeah. Other
ones.
people's loved ones
Yeah.
coming through. It seems to be
Yeah.
environmental.
I have a question. Lose a clair from being burnt out. I'm going to say absolutely you can lose a clair from being burnt out. I don't know if you necessarily lose it as it's lost forever, but it's like if you are fragile or if you don't have if your constitution is not strong, then you won't have the right. It will be vibrationally challenging, would
Yeah.
it not, Bobbi, to move even into mediumship or any, using those other
Yeah.
senses. Seems to me that would be challenging if one was already in a state of
Yeah,
exhaustion.
what it seems like what I keep seeing is something going on behind Verna. That's why I said environmental. I wasn't quite sure if it was something actually in her home that is making it so that is actually blocking in her right now because she's doing this,
Mm.
bracing for impact. That's what it looks like. Or even the
Okay.
town you live in, or even the like media or something. There's something that is actually getting in the way so that the dead, because what the dead do is they know, okie dokie, I have to go through this hallway because my daughter's at the end of the hallway. They're not quite sure which hallway it is, but they see I'm seeing that they see the hole that they need to go through. And there's something that is actually making it almost feel as though, yeah, could just be the burnout. But I think it's a level thing. I think they need you to do more self-care in some sort of way so that you can remedy that. And I know you've been doing it for a while, Verna. So yeah, but it just seems like there's something in your life that is creating what's the word I'm looking for? What's anti-inflammatory? The inflammation in the brain. Because it looks like it looks like a butthole. Sorry, but it does. So to me, that's not something that's easily penetrated from the outside in, but that's because I'm a woman anyway. But still, there's something like that, so that it's blocking the dead from coming through ever. So I agree with Sue. I do not think that you've lost anything. That there's been something quieted because something else is being louder. Precedence, but I kind of think it's personal. So yeah. Do you have anything further that you would say, Verna? To Verna.
No, well, yeah, actually, the sense of, creating like a crystalline environment. They're saying it's like crystalline, like purity, like feels like, and I don't know if this is part of your practice, but it feels like being really grounded, being really clear. Like there's like a muddiness, or like it's like the sediment's been stirred up or something. Like there's a crystalline nature that needs to be brought into it. So whether that's like grounding, doing some, I don't know if you're taking enough time for like meditative grace or those kinds of things, but I definitely feel like that can be, have like maybe more of like a neutralizing effect, almost like a I don't know. It does feel like there's something like too much electricity, or like a kink in that wire, or something, or like the plug is like not adapted, like it's like 200 volts for 400 volts or something doesn't feel right in the, does that
Yeah,
make sense to you?
it does. It
yeah.
very much does, because I keep seeing what I call the inflammatory sort of. It's like something's closing up because there's just too much, or there's something, and without having Verna being able to go, oh, blah 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 has happened, and we can,
Right.
but
Of
and
course.
I keep seeing it like it is an actual man, but I don't know if that is a personification of an energy or if it's an actual man.
Right.
But
Right. An actual physical man. Yeah.
yeah, there's something,
Yeah.
but also
Fair.
too, I do find that they will give us yawns. And a yawn is actually your brain's way of getting more oxygen. That's why I'm yawning.
Right.
Because I know that, because I yawn during readings all the time. And I know that's why. So it could be that you're getting your oxygen a little bit right now, and it's because of everything that's going on. Yeah. The next one is such a you question, in my opinion, because I want to know too. Heidi?
So Debbie says, how do I best stay connected to my galactic family for communication and community? I think maybe the guide should go in on this and speak to this, Sue.
The United Souls. Yeah. Let's let them talk. I just need to adjust my water bottle so I don't dump water all over myself. Okay. The Galactics, eh? We have had the Galactics come through a couple of times. I don't remember what Galactics. Maybe Heidi, do you remember?
The Arcturians
That's what I
came through, and the Orions from the Orion Belt, and they actually said that the Orion Belt is a communication station.
Right. I think I was there for that. Right. Was I? I don't know.
You might have been. You might have been. Right. I forgot about that. The communication station of Orion's belt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's see. Okay. So, because just, for information's sake, because safe channeling is good channeling, we have to follow the rules of the road like anything else. And we don't want just any energies to intercept. Because I've already opened my portals and I'm already in with them, I do not need to do that again. We don't need to do that every time. I mean, if they tell me, but we're good. I can feel them, so we're good. Okay. Sorry, Debbie. Okay, I just like to. We are here. We are here. We are here. We are here. Beloved friends of us, good day once more. We have not stepped out too far. We are sitting at this table of light, still eager to speak to you about whatever matters are on those beautiful matter meters of each and of all. You see, we want everyone to become more in step, in tune, in line with their greatest and best versions of they. And so to you, we say you are eager to speak to your galactic family. Oh, the family in the stars, you say. Yes, the ones who can orient me in a new broadened way, you say. Yes, yes, yes. We say to you, friend, you're sitting with them now. We are part of this galactic family. All of us, some of us, many of us, most of us, it matters not. And so, how do you do it? How do you do it o'er and o'er and o'er again? This connection protocol? Let us tell you right now. You take your beautiful hands, for they are tools, instruments of love. These are mechanisms of creation. Do not forget that, friends.
and place these beautiful instruments of creation upon your heart to amplify the field resonance of you. And sit for a moment until you are able to generate a smile upon your face. You are creating a chain here, a chain of activity, one signal to the next, because the smile, it is a signal, it is an indication to different parts of your chemistry to wake up and rise up. And as you do that, smile upon who you are and where you are, no matter where that is, in proximity to all of the others. You must stay in your own lane, in your own corridor, always, each of you, always. For it is in that corridor that you will be found. But first, you must find your way up, up, up your own ladder of light, so that your regalia, the regalia of you, the robe of technicolor many colors, it shines like a beacon, showing this star system family of you that you are ready to jump on board. You might say, will I jump on board a starship, a starcraft? Will I go away forever? Oh no. But you might want to invite them into the space in between the spaces of you. What is that space? That is the space that you create when you are willing to embody and embrace your majesty. And so, hands on heart, smile on face, goodness and gratitude in the heart space. And you say, dearest family of mine, unto me, unto you we are known. Come forth in all of your glory and converge and union with me. And I will hold you. I will hold your frequency over and over again until the day comes when the reciprocity bands have expanded so significantly that I am able to hear and know the you of you that you came to speak to me, to show me all about, you see. It might take many, many smiles and many, many miles for you to find your way to the way that you will find. The climb is the easiest, up, up, up your own ladder of light. And they will greet you and they will meet you. And forevermore will the reciprocity arrangement be made, and it will grow, and it will grow, and it will grow. And perhaps you might want to write volumes about all of it. Every one of yous, if it be your will and wish, can call upon the friends on nigh, the ones that have come, each and every one, to show you the way to you, the way home, the way home, the way home. Indeed.
Can I please ask a question on behalf of Debbie?
Yes.
So I'm wondering if Debbie even knows who her galactic family is. And I'm wondering if you could tell her so that she has some reference when she's calling in her family?
Ooh, question.
You are always, Heidi Bell, you are ahead of the curve. And we want you to know that ahead on this curve, there is a gift for this one to uncover and unwrap. And if we spoil the surprise, she will not know what she will come to grow to know. It is for your heart, dearest friend, and you will know. And perhaps you might want to drop a note to us to tell us that you have found your gift, you have unwrapped it, and you have taken it to new levels, to new jurisdictions, to new places, to new environments, and to new realms. This is a leading edge conversation, and we are eager for you to find your way to the outer limits of all of it. Indeed. Are you complete on that matter?
Yes, thank you very much.
We are going to return into our frequency, but we are here alongside for this ride. Indeed.
You gave some good advice there. I don't know if you know it, but I know it and everybody else knows it. I love the idea because they told Debbie, I had it in my head, they're going to tell her to transcendental meditate, to actually meditate to the point where she can rise up. And what they told her was to smile. And that was awesome, to actually smile in your meditation, to smile knowing that you are loved, because I have actually I've been counseled to tell people to smile, because when you smile, your heart starts to feel the joy that the smile created. You can't.
Wow, I got goosebumps up
and
my
you
back.
can't smile and stay in a bad mood. It actually creates.
No.
I guess unless you're the Joker, but he's in a good mood. He's just doing bad stuff. But it's because she has to fill herself with joy to experience her galactic family, because they are joy.
Right.
Super cool to watch. Yeah, because it totally made sense just listening to it. And then I thought, I wonder if I should simplify this for Debbie. Actually, around
Yeah. Please, always, yeah. Feel free to jump in, because I think, it's the messages are, again, they're multi-layered, and they sort of take you on a bit of a ride.
And that is like just a simplification, because what they told Debbie, it was expansive and huge. And I brought it down to just the one thing that was told under the idea of the bigger thing. But yeah, so I hope it, that was awesome. Okie dokie. That was so much fun.
Cool.
Okie dokie. Cool. Yeah, we're moving on to Pamela.
Okay, so Pamela says, I'm going to list my home for sale this year. Is there guidance as to when may be the best time to list? Will it sell quickly, and will I make a good profit? Where will I go after it's sold?
I know this. Do you want to start, or would you like me to start?
Okay, just a second here. Is there something in this situation that needs to be reconciled first or something? Is there something that's not completely reconciled
Very,
here?
very, very possible. Very possible.
'Cause that's all I can feel. I feel like there's like a a kink in the hose or something. There's something that needs to be addressed, reconciled. I don't know.
and then this will go. Then it's like when the hose is bent and you're like, and you have to like go back and figure out where your little kink is, and then it flows, right? But there's something. Do you feel that, or do you know? Are you too close to the situation?
Actually, and I do see it as being a thing on this. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually, the way they want me, the caveat they want me to put upon that, Pamela, is that that kink in the hose is within your own mind. It's not an actual kink. It is a kink. Like sometimes when something frustrates us like crazy, we can actually create more frustration by concentrating on how much it's frustrating us. And to me, that's, yeah, because you're totally feeling. And actually, I can't help it. April. I can't get April out of my head, which is next month, for goodness sakes. But there's something about April. That's what I hear. And I also hear that you will go where you are meant to be, and you know it. Sorry, and you know it was. I'm sorry, that was involuntarily added, Pamela. That just came out because I wouldn't have done that. So yeah.
But yeah, no, that's something, that other thing, just, yeah,
Be straight.
get that straight away.
Aligned is the word I get as well. Aligned. Yeah. Yeah. And it's not a point of frustration. It just seems that way. Okie dokie. Yes. Okie dokie. Linda is, okay. And this is the next question. Then I will go to Linda's. Oh, wait, I went too far. I went past the next question. I apologize. Carrie is the next one.
Okay, so Carrie says, am I going to ask what I can do to uplift my energy and remove this dark energy, uplift and energy levels? This month feels big overall.
This is another person I know personally. And honestly, Carrie, I see you coming here. I actually see you dancing in my yard. So I think that you need to dance more and be around more like-minded people who are full of light and love, because that's what I think I'm full of. Sue?
Yeah, I think it's the guides are showing me right now to like reorient your familiarity with your own true north. That's right. The dark energy, you know, the guides always say there's no dark switch. Although, you know, we can feel heavy, we can do all of these things. These things can all happen. But I just feel like I want to say, they keep showing me a compass, and it's like the needle's going like kind of all over, and then suddenly it kind of like locks into a true north. So I don't know if that means literally, you know, go somewhere north for a little while, or if, you know, north represents wisdom. I don't know if it's the acquisition of wisdom, but it feels, or if it's just speaking to you, just getting more in alignment with you. Maybe it is singing, maybe it is dancing, just having fun, that the focus be fun instead of looking at the presence of this dark energy.
Yes, I would. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Yeah, because they actually even, am I wearing? I am. I'm wearing a pair of this woman's creations.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and that's what they started to show me. I actually have a bag of them because I try to give them away as presents, but I love them so much I end up putting them in my own ears all the time. Because she's a very, very talented, creative, beautiful person. So yeah, I think that's where you might want to concentrate your energy. So yeah, I would agree with you, Sue.
Yeah, I want to say that a lighthouse isn't afraid to shine in the darkness. That's what I want to say.
I love that. Yes,
Yeah.
and sweeps.
Yeah, right.
So that everyone can see the light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's kind of always going to come up against the darkness, isn't it? Sort of always. That's right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Bobbi, maybe we'll take one more question and then we'll have a closing souls.
Okie dokie. All right. Yes. See, I need to protect Sue.
Okay, so Amanda says, I have this odd occurrence. I get these flashes like a camera flash, and they are very quick while walking in my home, but it's completely dark where I am walking. There is nothing I can find that, sorry, there is nothing I can find that this would be. This is also happens to my 11-year-old daughter. I can't see the rest, so let me find it.
Some insight, please.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I actually, when I glanced this question, I thought, oh, you too? Actually, to me, they almost look like breaks in the fabric because they're like little bits. And I have been seeing them this month. And I put it to, oh, there is a little rip in the veil there.
Interesting.
I've seen, and they almost look like little flashes of light. Is because it's kind of funny, Amanda. I think you're on the prairies, aren't you? Because that's where lightning is flashes, like sheet lightning. Here we don't get sheet lightning in British Columbia. Well, not where I live in British Columbia. We get just the pointed ones. I remember watching sheet lightning as a kid in Saskatchewan, so I know the difference. And I wonder, actually, it's because where she is, it looks like the sheet lightning rather than the pointed lightning, but I could be incorrect. But yeah.
Okay.
This has actually happened to me as well. And I did ask the United Souls about this. And basically what you're seeing is energy. You're starting to open up your third eye. You're starting to move up your ladder of light. Your DNA is starting to come online. And this is one of the gifts that you have and your daughter, that you can actually start to see the energy that is all around us.
Yeah, I don't think that would surprise Amanda at all. Yeah, you're very on the money there, Heidi, I believe. From having talked to Amanda so many times during our lives. Yeah, I think you're absolutely on the money there. And that would make sense then with the rips of the veil, wouldn't it?
Yes. Like the veil is thinning so much that
she is in Alberta. Right? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. I think that's funny. Because they honestly think they're that basic with us. Like they will say, okay, I'll put this in because this is where you live and that's what you understand lightning is. And you understand lightning is a surge of energy that all these, actually, what is lightning?
So I would actually embrace this, and I would actually ask to see more of it if it's not scaring you, because you'll probably get to the point where you start actually seeing the grids. I know Bobbi can see them. I can see them. I think Sue has seen them as well. But they almost look like a matrix within the sky when I see them. And they're moving, and it's just the energy that we live in. So I would embrace it. I would ask to see more of it, and I would be all over it.
Yeah, because I think we're all going to be starting to see more of things. Yeah, I think there's going to be a stronger reason for what we're doing here in this month, even though it's a super strong reason why we do this. But still, I think there's going to be more questions. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think the time is, and I wonder, when we first met, Bobbi, you talked about this time frame that you've been sensing for so long, and you wonder, is it a greater thinning of the veil? Are more people going to be put into this awakening state? Because it can be, there's a lot of questions. When people are moving through this.
They made it seem to me that they were like oh, golly sakes, they want me to say this. Okay, fine. They made it seem to me like gods and goddesses were going to be walking the earth. That's just what they did. So, and then I thought, well, I don't even know if that ever happened, you guys. So, but they just did, it's kind of like they like to put me out on the end of a stick.
Yeah. How far are you willing to go?
Let's just put her out there so she can get bashed around for a little while. Good golly. But yeah, that's what I see happening. Is it? Yes. And that would be, it could very, very well be that is just an extreme example of what is actually going to internally happen within us. Because when COVID happened, they told me we're upgrading everyone. Everyone's going to get more psychic. There's going to be this. There's going to be that. There's going to be this. And they did it completely internally. And people went nuts because they'd not felt that before. So it was just completely disconcerting and terrifying. So Yeah, I really hope I said this time. You guys better tell, because I told people that had COVID too. That's when I started my YouTube channel. My videos are like, it's happening, and
Yeah.
it went bad. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Okay, yeah. Can we
Interesting.
actually address that question with the United Souls? Can we pose the question as we go in like that? Or
What question? Yeah, absolutely. Let me go in and then you
yeah, I
ask them the
almost wanted to have
question.
the question be, is Bobbi crazy or not? But that's
Yeah. So I'll go in, you just ask me the question and then or ask not me, them, sorry. And okay, I just have to fix my
yeah. Okay.
we've talked about this before, but yeah,
We've talked
go ahead.
about that before, right? And we have talked about, those of you who
Yeah.
are regulars on this cast know I have the lump right there at the base of my skull. Sue, you have a lump at the base of your skull?
I also have a lump at the base of my skull. Yes, I do. And
Sorry, you tell them.
and I can't for a long time, whenever I'm going to channel, I can't wear my hair any other way but very tightly against the base of my skull in a tight little ball. And I said to the guys, why do we have to do that? And they said, they call it an arc, and that is actually there right back here is my point of connection with them.
Which it just validates so much for me, because I've said so many times to so many people, that is there. Well, actually, I say that is there because I haven't moved the energy through, but I know it's the Kundalini snakes meet there. There's something, and it actually houses in Kundalini energy the third eye and crown. So I actually think that's why we get a bulbous. And I'm looking at the absolute positive now since I met you, rather than a negative.
Well, and absolutely. And I know people will say, well, it's this and it's that, and it's, and maybe there's a physiology of all kinds of things, but it's like the energetic, it's like not putting my hair like this. It's like, my engines won't fire up, right? I can't put it another way. So, and I know one time you had said you sort of felt the same way. You sort of felt like you had to wear your braid. I think
that one time when we were meeting, I had to wear a braid here.
Right. So they make us do these things anyways. Okay, so let's see what they have to say about this. We are here. We are here. We are here. We are here once more, still again ongoing. We are here, and we are eager to speak to you about whatever matters are mighty on your matter meter on this day of days, old friend.
Bobbi, you can ask them now.
Awesome. Thank you. Okie dokie. Are my predictions about 2025 real and true, or are they manifestations of my mind?
You are beginning to wonder if you have created these figments that are going to turn into filaments, that are going to turn into scenarios that you might not want to play in. And we say to you, old friend, you've got it all right. You are seeing well beyond the curtain that was constructed around each and around all to keep you in a state of sweetened slumber. But you, old friend, you have shone and risen over and over again, and you have pulled that curtain right back, and you are examining everything that is in this brand new space of grace. And yet you feel the resurrection of an unknown direction, one that keeps you wondering in heart if you are turning it all upside down for no reason, or if it is going to be a brand new start. You can feel it. Or some, it will be just this. It will be a brand new time to shine. But for others, it will be a time where they move into what we call
their lack gap with a greater degree of certainty. They will assure and ensure each other that this is the only way to go. To look at each other with contaminated smiles and brows that are crossed upon one another. Do not look at one another with anything but a smile. And it is our promise to you, friend, and all the ones who listen. You will turn into a different mile. The mile markers will change. The reality will adjust. And the transference of you will be complete into a different realm, into a different recipe. And it is our promise, the taste will be sweet. Do not put any salt in this soup, for that is from times gone by. But only allow the sweetness of you to be put into every bite of this broth. You are wondering if things are going to go this way or that. And let us tell you this, they're going to go both the way of the lack and the way of the grace. And it will be determined by what you have upon your face, friends. All of you. You might say, I cannot walk through life every mile with a smile. And we say, why not? Why not? For that is the difference between this way or that. Why would you not begin to turn that frown upside down and embrace the grace once more? It is your birthright. You do not need to ride the wild stallions that are racing into contempt with corrupted files and deception and potions of illegitimacy. The illusion is grand. Do not partake in any composures of chaos, but rather compose a new song that you will sing from the top of the mountain, from the top of the trees with us. It costs not a thing, friends, not a cent, nothing at all, to activate that smile mechanism and begin to show yourself the way to the door of light that awaits your arrival, all of you. Some might fear end times, but the end of what, we say? The end of all of the contamination stations that have polluted the airwaves for so long. It is time for you, each of you and all of you, to find the way, to find the way, to find the way of you. And so, which way will you go, dearest girlfriend of us, and which way will you show them all to? You will show them to the smile, and that is how they will cross the miles, and they will see the horizon lines of they are very different than those that they have ever known, to be true. But with the smile, they will grow what you know, and the world will shine back upon all of you a greater state of grace. Be not afraid that you will be tripped up and caught into old sediments, for the balm is here, and the balm is clear. Spread it everywhere, upon everyone. It is love. Indeed. Are you complete on that matter?
Yes, but I reserve the right to come back to you about it, please.
We are always here to speak to you about whatever matters are on that beautiful, radiant matter meter of you. Indeed. Friends, you have come once more with your love and your light, and all of your ingredients has been placed in this pot. We are all sipping from it, and we are all more nourished than we were when we arrived. We promise that these ingredients that we have brought together, each of us, all of us, every one of you has something to bring to this pot. Be not afraid that you do not, for you do, and you have, and you will. Remember that. Beautiful, you are bountiful, forevermore, so loved by us. Lovingly loving is us. Good day. Mm. Mm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now, Heidi.
Yes, I'm here.
Okie dokie. It's hard when I can't see your face. All right. So is Sue done?
Yes.
It sounded so weird because you're right there. I should you. But I had to ask. Sorry. You're right. In TV and such, you get a wrangler or you get a PA if you are being part of a TV show or something. So if I call Heidi your wrangler, please note I'm not calling you a cow. The people who would like wrangle the extras or wrangle it. Anyway, so
I love that. Heidi the Wrangler.
wrangler.
I'm good with it.
Good. Well, thank you everyone that came. Those of you who we did not actually put up your question and answer your question, quite possibly the us has answered your question, and if not, we will be back. I'm not quite sure we will be back, but we'll be back because we're going to do this all the time now. We're going to start our own YouTube channel doing this. We're going to start our own movement doing this. So we will keep you posted on that, and you people will know. Which is why actually the poster that or the card or whatever you have it on Facebook and YouTube that I made says the Quantum Unity Project. That's why.
Yes. Yes. It's exciting. We have some great ideas, and I think it's really going to bring a lot of expanding conversation to this beautiful experience we're going to share together.
Completely.
So, yeah.
Hopefully we will become a one-stop shop for all your spiritual needs and questions answered. So yes, we have to come together so that we can serve best. As far as because it takes many voices. We are not individuals. We're individuals, part of a collective. So, which makes me want to say we are Borg, but we are not Borg.
We are us.
Borg, yeah.
We are Borg. I might just want to check with the Wrangler. Do we have do we not have another date set for one of these, or no? Am I wrong about that?
Yes, we do. We're coming back on March 21st.
March 21st. Right.
For the spring solstice, isn't it?
Okie dokie. Yep. Awesome. Because Aaron and I will be live the next day, actually live. Yeah.
You guys have a big event that next day
in Royston on the 22nd.
Okay. Are there still tickets available? There are still tickets
available. Yes, you can get them on Aaron's website or my website. The links are actually on the poster that I put on Facebook. But if you can't figure it out, I would say message me. But my goodness gracious, message me. I'm getting to it all. But yeah, it's hard to write books, make YouTube videos, do readings, and do all this stuff and still do the things that I was able to do before at such a high rate, which is why I got the schedule.
Right.
Yes, it's just, yeah. It's yeah. It's time to move forward.
Many hats.
Many hats. Yes.
Many,
Absolutely.
many hats.
And I don't want to be less accessible to people, but at the same time, I need to move forward so I am a better access to people. Does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely it does. Well, thank you for all that you do, Bobbi, and
Well,
thank
you
you
do.
for
And thank you.
yeah. This is a wonderful. Yeah, thank you. Thank you to the Wrangler. Hi to the Wrangler. And thank you so much to everybody who joined us today. And I'm excited for to meet again in March.
We'll meet again in March.
Later in March, because this is March. Yeah.
Yeah. Okie dokie. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Hope you have a
everyone.
wonderful rest of your day.
Yeah. Take care, everyone.
Bye.